So today we're going to talk more about ordering and comparing rational numbers. So how do we compare our numbers, our rational numbers? We compare them with inequalities. Inequalities are the less than symbol, the greater than symbol, and the equal to symbol. Okay, so we're going to do some examples. How can we figure this out? So one of the things we learned yesterday was to convert our numbers to like terms. Well, I could convert this to a decimal, or I could convert this to a fraction. Either way, 1½ equals 1 5/10, and 1 5/10 equals 1½ So therefore, these are equal. Okay? Next, what if I have an example like this? -3 7/10 and 1 1/10. So our digits seem larger here with -3 7/10 compared to the 1 1/10. But here, this negative sign tells me this is less than 1 1/10 because it is to the left of 0. So -3 7/10 is less than 1 1/10. All based on that little negative sign. But this is where things get a bit tricky, because when I have numbers, both of them being negative, I have to imagine them on my number line. So I drew one here, and since they're both negative, I just put 0, and I know I'm going to the left. Now, if I want to, I can put in some numbers, and I can see that my numbers are getting larger as I go left. So this is my largest number with the smallest value. So this is going to be the least amount on this number line. So where would -27 fall? It would fall right there. So actually, this one is greater than this. So how would I write that? Like this. Because the farther to the left, the smaller the number. The digits look larger, but it's not. So anytime you're struggling with this, I recommend you always draw a number line. It helps put it in perspective. All right, so now we said that we're doing ordering and comparing. Let's get to the ordering. Now first, we said yesterday we convert to like terms. So we're either going to have all decimals, all fractions, all percents. Okay? And once we've done that, we look to make sure it's either positive or negative, because that's going to be a big indicator on where it falls on my number line. Okay? And then we place them in order. And if I were you, I would use your number line. It's very helpful. Now here's our example problem. It says order from least to greatest: 13%, -52/100, 3/2, and a -1/4. Now, I'm going to start with my easy ones. I know how to do my percent. All I do is I take that and I move my decimal, and I end up with 1300. I know it's kind of hard to see there, but that's what it is, 13. So now I have 2 decimals and 2 fractions. I have to convert my fraction to a decimal. You've done this before. You know how to do this. So remember, it's a numerator, denominator, both of them. So I have my numerator over my denominator. We've said that this is a fraction. Every fraction is a division problem. The numerator divided by the denominator. So numerator divided by denominator. Or it also can be the numerator divided by the denominator. So let's start with 3/2. So I have 3/2. So that means I take 3 and it goes into 2, and it's an improper fraction, so I know that it has at least one whole. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, now I cannot end up with a remainder, so I'm going to put a decimal and a 0. And now I can bring down, and this is going to end up being a decimal problem. 2 goes into 10 5 times, and I end up with no remainder, no other numbers to add on and take down, but I have to put my decimal point in. So actually 3/2 equals 1 5/10. Now we're going to do the same here with 1/4. But with 1/4, I want to make sure that I leave the negative sign here, and when I finish this, I will add the negative sign back to it. Now here I have 1. Uh-oh. So I know 4 can't go into 1, so that's when I put my decimal and annex a 0. And I know 4 can go into 10 2 times. And I subtract. And then I annex another 0, and I bring it down. And 4 can go into 20 5 times. And nice thing, it's not a repeating decimal. I move my decimal point up, and then this becomes a negative 25 hundredths. Now, some of you may have already seen, well, I know 1/4 is 1/4, and this equals 1/4. You may not have needed to do all that, and that's okay too. But some people don't see it as quickly. So now here I'm going to start with my number line. I have my numbers here. I have my number line. I have 0 in the middle because I'm using positives and negatives. Now, let's look and see, are there any whole numbers? Yes, 1. So I'm going to put 1 here. Oops, I'm going to put 1 there, and I know 1 5/10 would be here. So there's my greatest. Now I'm going to continue to look for another positive, negative, negative, positive. Okay, so I have 13 hundredths. So it's going to be not at the 1, because there's nothing in the 1's place. It's a 0. So 13 hundredths is going to be probably right about here. So there's my next to the greatest number. Okay. Now I need to go and look at 52 hundredths and negative 25 hundredths. So here's 52 hundredths, negative, and here's 25 hundredths, negative. Now, I'm looking to see which one is the least. So things are a little bit different on this one. I look at the ones, they're the same. I look at so I can't use the ones to see which one. So I have to look here at the tenths, because that's the next place value. Remember, when we're going positive, it's which number is the greatest is the bigger number. When we're doing negatives, it's whichever number's the greatest is the smaller value. So I'm going to put negative 52 hundredths at the far end. Oops, actually I should have my negative 1 here also. So it's going to be at the far end. So that's the least. That's the greatest. And then I know that negative 25 hundredths is going to fall in between because it's not smaller than 52 hundredths. Now, I want to rewrite this using these numbers up here in order from least to greatest. All right, so let's see, which is the least? It's negative 52 hundredths. And I'm going to cross that off. What comes next? Negative 25 hundredths, which was written as a negative 1/4. Cross that off. Next, what did I have? Oh, 13 hundredths, which was actually listed as 13%. And then finally, we have 3/2. That, my friends, is ordering and comparing rational numbers.